Judd has been training animals on movie and TV sets for more than 20 years. One of her most recent jobs, the popular movie A Dog's Journey. She joins us now, along with Belle, who played the lead role of Max in the movie, to talk about the importance of training and how to help your pets adjust to a change in schedule after the summer break. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning, Belle. So yeah, it's back to school time. It's so important to get kids back in routine, but also we cannot forget about pets.
The whole family really has to get back into routine. So most of the family have their kids at home that are totally entertaining the dogs the whole summer, and then suddenly they go back to school and the dog's sitting at home by itself. Nobody's playing with it anymore. So it's a great time to start to get your dog into other exercises, just like you have your children going to ballet or t-ball or baseball. There's lots of different kinds of things you can do with your dogs. I have a canine fun pool, which you can come and bring your dog and swim with, or you can teach your dogs all sorts of little tricks, and it's not really so much about the trick as just spending extra time with your dog at this time when now the kids are back at school all day and the dog's sitting home alone. So you really want to just start doing something to go for a walk, go to the park, or teach it a trick, or take it somewhere like the pool, the canine pool or something, and just do something different with it.
What are some of the behavioral changes that we might see in a dog if they aren't sort of eased into a new routine and to get them back on track?
Well, it's sort of funny because in the movie A Dog's Journey that we did, it wasn't Max, it was Molly who ripped off posters off the wall and chewed up the little girl's toys and stuff like that. And that's really typical. They just get bored. Maybe they start digging, or they just start doing things they don't normally do. And even you can, if you have to go out, give them like a bone or, a special chew toy when you're going out, just to keep their minds a little bit on something else other than finding something you don't want them to do, right?
Do adults have the added responsibility because of the kids in school? What should they be doing now that the kids are away?
Yeah, definitely. Like now it's a good time to start jogging, take your pet. It's a good time to go for a hike or go for a walk, or even take a course and, do some free stuff. It's not what you're teaching the dog, it's the spending time with it, doing something constructive with it. And when you're not doing that with your dog will generally find something that you wouldn't want them to be doing. Right?
So you've worked on a lot of different movies with animals, including Air Bud, which is a very well-known movie. It's fantastic. What are some of the biggest challenges that you see when it comes to training a dog on set?
Well, I don't really find training the dog a challenge. I find dealing with the people a challenge. So a lot of people who are on set, like a lot of the actors that we work with and stuff like that, they may never have had a dog or a cat, and they don't really know what the limitations that are. And so we set a really high goal when we're shooting stuff in film, because the dogs do some pretty amazing things, and then people just expect them to always be like, even nowadays, people that get a puppy and they're all like, my puppy's so bad, and it's like, but it's a puppy, like you have to train it. They think they come preloaded, with all this stuff, but really the more time you spend with your dog, talking to your dog, working your dog, and including it in your family, the better your dog's going to be. It doesn't come born that way. You have to work at it, right?
I just spent some time at a dog training course, and positive reinforcement is so key, it seems.
Well, if you look at some of the footage that we showed earlier, you'll see that the dog's eyes are really bright and their ears are up and stuff like that. And, when I first started training as a young child, I remember my parents, we didn't have a lot of money, but they paid money for me to go to a course. And I went there one time and I didn't like it because they force the dogs to do everything. And really what I do is motivate the dogs to want to be with you. And that really comes with life experiences. Like if you have a wife or a partner, you go places and you do stuff with them, and that develops a better relationship, and your partner wants to spend more time with you. Your dog is the same way. You want to spend and make relationships that work both ways, fun for you and fun for the dog. Just like your relationship with people.
Before we let you go, I mean, Belle is in A Dog's Journey, as we mentioned.
TV star.
Yeah, TV star. So people watching at home, if they have a pet, like, I like my dog to be in the pictures. What advice do you have?
There's all different ways. Like I'm considered like a casting director for animals, or an agent for animals. And so what my company does is we'll do casting calls just like they do when they're looking for an actor. And we'll find, like, that's how we found Belle. We did a total huge casting call. We looked at like 500 dogs, and I saw her in the casting call and thought she's amazing. I think I better get all the contracts signed before I put her up because they're going to pick her, and they did. But also I have like a company and we do dog training. And so when the dogs come in, we put a base. And then when a director calls or producer calls me and says, hey, I need a dog to chase a squirrel up the tree is the most recent one that I've got called for. I pick the dog in the class that has a propensity to kind of want to bark and run and jump and do stuff, And then if it's like, hey, it's just a dog walking with older actors, if you're in the class, I already kind of know the dog a little bit, and I'll put up 10 dogs usually every time. But 10 dogs that I think I can get that action the quickest on these 10 dogs.
All right, we want to see Belle do some tricks, and so she'll be doing some after the break. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're going to meet Supernova.
Yeah, Supernova too. All right, look forward to that.
Girl, I smell something familiar. It smells like...
Dogs can be famous too, and this morning we're talking about the importance of training your dog as we get ready for a new school year. And joining us now is Supernova and her trainer, Stephanie. Thank you for joining us. So yes, we met Belle, and Supernova's now a super dog at the P&E. How's that going, Bonnie?
Oh, she's great. Like, this is a typical high drive dog, and the thing about Nova, what's really awesome is you can see how well trained she is and how good she is at what she does, right? As an animal coordinator, it's my job to find the right dog for the right job. So if they were asking for an older couple walking, this would not be the dog. I'd do a different dog.
How long did it take Supernova to learn all of these tricks?
Stephanie, speak.
About 2 years. About 2 years.
And I'd like to say that Nova is actually a rescue. It's a dog that somebody couldn't handle and deal with. But when trained, when you start putting things in her brain, she just gets better and better and better every year.
I imagine a lot of dogs' limitations are maybe specific to the breed. Am I right?
Well, it depends. I've trained bulldogs, English bulldog. I did a movie quite a few years ago called Dogfather, and nobody wanted to take that movie. Every animal coordinator was like, no, it's not possible, because it was with an English bulldog.
Yeah.
And it had a lot of running and jumping and attack work and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it, because I just like to be a little different than all the rest. I don't like to sort of do the assembly line kind of training. I want to do something that's a little different.
What's Nova's reward? Because obviously you're not earning a big paycheck.
Time.
Is it
time? Yeah, time spent. Yeah. Time spent with her mom, and that's the whole thing. Is the more time you spend with your dog, the better your dog gets. So I always say when a dog's 6 years old, they're like the perfect dog. You forget all the stuff they did when they were 1, right? But she's a really high driving dog and doing really good for super dogs.
And Supernova's with the super dogs this year, and Stephanie. So if you have one last weekend to go check them out.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of training required to become a super dog, Bonnie?
Well, I did super dogs when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
So I look for trainers who want to put themselves out there. The great thing about super dogs is not so much how much training and stuff, but can they do it in a crowd?
Yeah.
Can they do it under pressure?
Yeah.
Because when we're on set, there's like you guys know, there's stuff rolling around, cameras and stuff like that. So I love that she's interested in that, and she takes all her dogs to that and gives them that exposure.
And likes to perform.
Yeah,
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Bonnie, Stephanie, Supernova,
and Belle. Don't forget about Belle.
Belle's over there, yeah.
Mark, amazing stuff here.